What's happening, guys? Hey, we're just getting ready to start in about 11 minutes. Middle school youth group going live. So it's going to be fun. Going to give away some Dutch Brothers tonight. So check out the Kahoot code that is down here and jump on there if you have another device, and you'll be all ready to go. Special shout out to my friend Andrew Blackstone, who's tuning in today from his hot tub in the great state of Maine, where the coronavirus has not come yet. But Andrew, stockpile that hand sanitizer and toilet paper, and we'll make some profit off of that. All right, hey, we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. What's up? We are less than 5 minutes away from starting our middle school youth group live stream. So, hey, for all of you guys who are in the comments who are bagging on my music selection, just chill, just relax. It's all right. I had to try to find some non-copyrighted music, all right? Well, it'll get better, I promise, but just hang in, and in like 4 minutes we're going to start. If you haven't already joined Kahoot, this side right there, there's the code. Download the app or jump online. We're giving away some Dutch Brothers and a few other prizes tonight, so we will see you in just a few minutes. What is happening, guys? Just getting ready here. Gotten sanitized up. Welcome, youth group online. It's a new thing. If you are just jumping on, I'll put up the Kahoot code here in a second. But hey, welcome to youth group, as Ruby Anderson would say. I'm so glad you're here. that wasn't like she does it, but she wanted me to say hi to you guys so that you got your proper welcome. But yeah, hey, our first week of youth group online. Hope you're surviving the long stretch at home. I have canceled youth group before due to some bad weather, but never because of a virus. But really, we're not canceling it. We're just moving it online. So thank you for joining us. You are a part of history tonight. I barely know what I'm doing. Just a few days ago, I didn't even know what words like encoder and latency were. But now, over the last 72 hours, I'm basically a professional YouTuber, as you can see by the high quality video. Apologies for the cheesy music in the beginning. We'll take care of it, all right? Just one thing at a time. So thank you for all of you who criticized me very badly in the comments. That was just what I needed. So thank you for that. Hey, speaking of YouTubers, did you know they asked Gen Z what their top 5 career choices were, and YouTuber was actually like in the top 5. So I would not be surprised if my YouTube channel just started exploding and blowing up after all of this. At the beginning of the week, I had 7 subs. That's short for subscribers for all of you who aren't into the YouTubes, as Bernie Sanders would say. But now I have 17. So little pop quiz. What is the percentage of increase? If I went from 7 subscribers to 17 subscribers, how much did I increase in a percent? First person to put the correct answer in the comments will win a bag of Oreo cookies that was purchased before the coronavirus started, so you know they're clean. All right, and I got my my resident fact checker and seniors in the house, Greg and Emily, so they'll be confirming that. So if you guys would watch the comments, I want to know the first person to get the right answer. Did we talked about this, right? You know the right answer? Okay. Yeah, come up here and grab it. So all right, I see a few people. Ooh, 10%. I got 150%. So just a few things, and then I'll tell you who won that one. You can still chime in and guess. Here's the Kahoot code is right. Let's see. It's going to be right here. Okay, so here's the Kahoot code. If you didn't get that, we're going to start that in just a few minutes, giving away Dutch Brothers to the winner. So if you win, I will personally deliver, sanitize, and then deliver the cup with whatever Dutch Brothers you want to your house in the next week. So jump on if you have not jumped on already. If you want to play with your family, you can. And I have some out-of-state friends who are tuning in for us. So Andrew and Nathaniel and Haley, if you guys end up winning, man, that's going to be a long drive for me, but good luck. So, all right, so hey, go ahead and say hi in the comments like you're doing. Looks like we've got plenty of guesses here. There are a few people who are close. What do you feel like? I mean, rounded up is correct, right? So I'm seeing this on the comments. I'm looking at Melinda Barron at 143%. The correct answer was 142.8, rounded up 143. So Mindy, Brooke, whoever's behind there, congratulations. You won a box of Oreos. We will get those to you. It should be fun. And now Kahoot. Oh wait, before we do Kahoot, in the comments, I want you to tell me the biggest thing that you were disappointed at that got canceled. All right, so what got canceled in your life in the last couple weeks that you are just super bummed about? Oh, there's the Kahoot code again. Sorry for that. All right, what got canceled? Let's see. School. Okay, so yeah, so there are some of you. Some of you are actually super bummed that school got canceled. Others of you are actually super excited that school got canceled. Ooh, toilet paper for prizes. I like that. Yes. Yeah, that actually, I have some toilet paper. We hit Costco right before the craze happened, so that's not a bad idea for a prize. That's good. Oh, musicals, youth group, PD expedition, yes, softball season, some dance stuff, spring sports, some Bible studies. Yeah, lots of things got canceled, right? Super big bummer. But we're gonna play a little Kahoot now, okay? So for all of you who are in, I'm gonna start this thing here in just a second. And remember, the winner of this is going to walk away with some free Dutch Brothers personally delivered by me. So, all right. So here we go. How many people? We got a lot. That's a good amount of people in there. Okay. So this is a quiz about what's been happening lately. So let's see how you do. Let's see. I got to switch this though. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go. All right, we're starting it up. Maybe.
Starting.
Okay, 13 questions. Here we go. Question number 1. What is the name of the virus that is spreading all over the world? Remember, you get more points the faster you answer. 7 answers, or you're going to have to answer quick.
There's a delay between the screen, and that's where you see the questions, so we all have to wait.
There is a delay. I got 14 people that came in, though. Ooh, very good. 12 of them. Yeah, I think we're good. You're going to have to answer quick, though, because there's a little bit of a delay here. All right, 12 of you got that one right. 3 of you fell for it. All right, let's see who's in the lead after round 1. Lady Bees. Who is Lady Bees? Somebody tell me in the comments who that is. I can't see it right now. All right, question number 2. In what city did the coronavirus originate? Ooh, we know it was in China. Which of those 4 cities or fictitious cities did it start in? Let's see. Okay, 15 answers in. Okay, I think people are getting it. There's still 10 more seconds. Is it working down there? Yeah? Okay. Ooh, 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and ooh, almost everybody. Wuhan, China. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. All right, let's see. Lady Bees still in the lead. Question number 3. These are going to get harder as they go. The coronavirus is also referred to as which one of those? Oh man, I really hope somebody gets a wrong answer on this one. The wrong answers are almost as fun making up as the quiz itself. All right, we got 14 people that are in, 15, 16. Whew. Ooh, everybody, almost everybody. 3 people said it was cocaine-19. That's perfect. Warms my heart. Thank you for choosing that one. Don't do cocaine, kids. All right, next. Oh, let's see. Lady Bees. Did we find out who Lady Bees is?
No.
Okay, find that out in the comments. All right, Lady Bees with a slight edge. Ooh, it's tight. Top 3 are pretty close. Question number 4. What's the name of the NCAA basketball tournament that was canceled due to the coronavirus? Had to slip in picture of my Gonzaga Bulldogs there. Go Zags. But not this year because the tournament's not happening. But yeah, all right. Let's see. Do you know your basketball trivia for the month of March? Ooh, almost everybody. Thank you, somebody. I appreciate the March of the Sugar Plum Fairies. Everybody got that one right. And ooh, Lady Bees, but it's barely there. Question 5. Who is this famous actor who was recently diagnosed with the coronavirus? All right. Let's see, almost everybody's in here. 10 seconds. Tom Hanks, very good. All right, I'm starting you off easy. I know it's been a tough couple weeks, so giving you some easy ones to start out with. They're going to get harder, though, I promise. Next, Lady Bees with a like 42-point lead. That's close. Ooh, Alex, back up. Nice. Question number 6. The coronavirus has similar symptoms as the flu, chickenpox, another kind of flu, or an ingrown toenail. Oh man, raise your hand in the comments if you've ever had an ingrown toenail. I wish you could post pictures of it. I almost put a picture on there.
Lady Bees is 7th grade girls.
Lady Bees is 7th grade girl. Ooh, okay, so 7th grade girls competing as a team. I can see that. They're pretty competitive. And most of you got that one right. Very nice. And Lady Bees stay on top. Next question, number 7. Which of these grocery store items were not out of stock recently? If you have been into Walmart or Safeway, you may have noticed some empty shelves, but we had we bought some of these things in the last few days because they still have these things. And then our friends over in Maine, you probably have all of these things because, well, nobody's freaked out there yet. Maybe, I don't know. Andrew, are people freaking out in Maine yet? Bananas, very good. Most of you guys got the right answer. Let's see, Lady Bees. Still on top. Ooh, extending their lead ever so slightly. Question number 8. What's it called when the government tells us we should stay at least 6 feet away from other people? Social media, ice cream social shunning, or social distancing? Yeah. You guys should all be practicing this, even at home. Anybody who's got younger siblings, make sure they stay at least 6 feet away. Ooh, very nice. Everybody's super well versed in that. Lady Bees stick with their lead. Oh man, what? I don't even know. Cozy Cocoa Puff. Is that Miss Cooley down there in 4th place, trying to round out the top 3? Question 9. What does the Latin word corona mean? Ooh, getting into some harder ones, unless you know Latin. I don't know, maybe you do. The Latin word corona. What does it mean? All right, let's see. Oh, crown. Hey, a bunch of you guys knew that. Let's see if that switched up the standings here at all. And it did. Not for first place. Oh man, the first top 4 are pulling away a little bit. Claire hanging in there. All right. Question 10, getting to the end. People who study viruses are called. Which of those 4 terms are they called? I don't know if I would have known this off the top of my head until this week. But let's see. All right, a few more people. Oh, it's going to get quicker, by the way, too. I think the time frame on these last few questions is going to be less than what was on the earlier ones because I forgot to change it. So just so you know, you're going to have to answer quick on these. All right, let's see. How did that change things? Ooh, a couple people moved up. Cozy in the top 3. Lady Bees and Track staying in 1 and 2. Question 11. Who is this? Oh, yeah. I don't know, friends in Maine and Maryland. I don't know if you're going to get this one. I mean, it's possible, but this is kind of a Pacific Northwest question, so we'll see. 10 seconds left. Who is that? Oh, very good. I bet there's some parents that are helping out in this. They're wanting some Dutch Brothers. Yeah, that's Kate Brown, the governor of Oregon. All right, I think a couple more we got here. Let's see. And looks like the top 3, maybe top 5, stay the same. Track has a streak with 11 correct answers in a row. Who's Track? Do we know? Don't know. All right, second to last one. What's the term for the transmission of a pathogen from an animal to a human? Ooh, Yeah, this is, yeah. I mean, you could guess, but I don't know if anybody would know this one. We'll see. Lots of new vocab words this week. Okay, 5 more seconds. Ooh, that was pretty spread out. That may have changed some standings. Seven people get it right. Let's see what that did. Anything? Oh, the new first place. Cozy overtakes the Lady Bees with one question left. This is for all the marbles, the extreme Dutch Brothers, whatever size, whatever flavor you want, hand delivered to the winner. If you're competing as a family, you can all take a sip from a separate sanitized straw if those are still available by this time. Here we go. Last question right here. Who is the person in charge of the coronavirus task force? Right there. Man, this is going to be intense. I can already tell. Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, Mike Pence, or Mike Wazowski. A lot of famous Mikes out there, you know. 1 second. Here we go. All right. Almost everybody got it right, which means the winner of the 2020 coronavirus quiz for middle school youth group is Lady Bees in third, track in second, which means Cozy Cocoa Puff. Congratulations. First place. Cozy, if you would tell me in the comments what kind of Dutch Brothers you want, we'll get that to you. Greg or Emily, will you write that down for me? And I'll remember that later. So, hey, thanks for playing the Kahoot with us. Fun time. At least there's still some fun games we can do together. We aren't in person together. I know that's a bummer. I'm sure you're going stir crazy at home, but glad you could join us for tonight. So here's the plan for tonight, just so you know. I'm going to talk for a little while, and then we have Emily is going to come up, and she's got some tips on how to survive in your house with your family. Couple things you can do to not drive yourself mentally insane. She's got some good ones there. We were talking earlier, so that will be afterwards. And then at the very end, we're going to test out Zoom. So there's a Zoom link that's going to get sent at 7:30 through Remind. So if you are signed up through Remind, you will get that Zoom link, and then you can join our Zoom call. And we're just going to experiment and see how video conferencing works there at the end, and chat with each other. And we may or may not use that in the future, but tonight's a little experiment after our live stream experience. So keep writing in the comments. I've got some questions for you that you can answer in the comments, and we'll go from there. All right. So hey, when I was a kid, I grew up spending my summers at Coeur d'Alene Lake in Idaho, super beautiful part of the country. My grandparents had a cabin up there, and behind the cabin was this road that kind of led into the woods. And we would walk back there occasionally, and when you looked above the road, there was this rock outcropping that had some really dark rocks, and it almost looked like a small cave. And I remember walking by that road and kind of looking up there, wondering what was in there. And my cousin always said, he told me that there was bears that lived in a cave up on those rocks, and that if I were to ever walk nearby, I should always keep my eyes out. And so, I was pretty sure he was lying, but still, just in case, because bears are kind of scary, I would always just like keep my eyes up into the little cave, and I would walk with my back to the road, so I never turned my back on the cave, because I was actually kind of scared of that. And fear is a huge motivator in life for almost all of us. Whether it's the fear of failure, the fear of missing out, the fear of what's going to happen in the future, the unknown. A lot of advertisers want us to fear things, and so they try to sell us products that promise we're not going to have wrinkly skin or we won't be overweight, but it's fear-based. Or think about some of the news headlines that you see. You know, it's like a new danger to your family's safety. Tune in tonight at 10 o'clock. Or, you know, things like this just in, meteor headed for Hermiston, Oregon. Tune in at 6 o'clock, right? It's this fear-based message. And, you know, most of these stories are funny, but the reality is that there are some real things in life that are scary. So when people have a really bad fear, it's sometimes called a what? A phobia, right? So I want you to, in the comments below, tell me what your phobia is. I want to see what you guys are scared of. A few of mine, I'm kind of scared of cougars. Sometimes I'm out in the wilderness and I get cougars. The stream just shut off.
Oh, there we go.
And we're back. I'm scared of cougars. I'm scared of people who wear sandals with socks. That's just wrong. So I hope you guys agree with that. I'm also scared of long nose hair. What are people? Oh, you're scared of my music choices. Thank you for continuing to bring that up. Spiders, snakes, living in a landlocked state. Yes, that's my wife who has made me swear that we will never move somewhere without it's not bordering an ocean, drowning, the dark. Yeah, all sorts of things that we are scared of, and we can kind of laugh at some of these phobias. I know that there's I know that there's a lot of uncertainty around the coronavirus, and that can actually lead to fear. Whether it's getting sick, of dying, or losing a family member, or missing out on our education or a sports season. There's that fear or that anxiety about what's going to happen. But when we look in the Bible, what we find over and over again is we are told things like, fear not, right? Don't be afraid. Have no fear. But there's a difference between the Bible telling you not to be afraid and anyone else telling you not to be afraid. So when I was a kid, maybe you can relate to this, I would pull my feet and make sure they were inside the covers because I had a closet and sometimes it was dark in there, and I felt like if there was a monster in my closet or under my bed, that monsters naturally look for dangling limbs, right? And so as long as my limbs were inside my bed, I was safe. But if they were hanging over, it just felt like any moment a monster was going to come up and get me. But, you know, my parents told me, hey, you don't have to be afraid of that because there aren't actually any monsters under the bed. My fear was unfounded. Sometimes I've had friends who are scared of flying, and people will say things like, statistically, it's actually more dangerous to drive than it is to fly. And so they're trying to talk them out of this fear, right? They're saying this fear of flying is irrational. It's not founded. But when the Bible talks about fear, it doesn't actually say that our fears are irrational or unfounded. It actually describes situations that are very fearful situations. They are well-founded, and they are completely rational to be scared. And then the Bible tells us, don't be afraid. So Psalm 46 is what it says in the first few verses. God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So we will not fear when earthquakes come and when mountains crumble into the sea. So this verse is talking about earthquakes, natural disasters, mountains crumbling, dangerous waters. These are things that actually are scary, right? But the psalmist says that God is our refuge and strength. It says he's present in our trouble. Notice that it doesn't say he's going to keep us from trouble, but it says that God will be present in our troubles. He's assuming that we're going to have trouble. So what does it mean for God to be your refuge? Like, what is a refuge? Usually a refuge is a place where you run to or you go when you're in trouble. It's a safe place, a place that will protect you from danger. Anytime there's danger and it feels scary, a refuge is a place that you can go. And so one time, a long time ago, I was in Idaho driving through some mountain roads with Heather and a few other friends, and we stopped because right in front of us was two baby bears, like cubs, that were walking across the road. And so we stopped maybe 50 yards away, and I started to get out because I wanted to go a little bit closer and take a picture with a camera, not my cell phone, because we didn't have cell phones back then. I wanted to get close with a real camera and take a picture of the bear. And everybody was like, no, what if the mom comes? And I really wasn't that scared because I'm like, I'm pretty fast, and I know that I can run back to the car if the mama bear comes, right? Like, I can run back in the car, get in the car, shut the door, and I will be safe. And so the reason that I wasn't scared of that, and I didn't, I stayed in the car. I opened the door, and then everybody freaked out, and I stayed in the car. But the reason that I wasn't scared to go out there is because I knew I had a refuge in my car. I knew that my car was going to protect me. And so when this psalm talks about God being your refuge, it's asking us the question, do you really believe that God is bigger than your fears? Do you really believe that he's bigger than your fears? So when we look at the life of Jesus, in Mark 4, we see the disciples are in a storm. Jesus is sleeping, and they wake him up, and they're terrified. And Jesus gets up, and he quiets the storm, and then he looks at his disciples, and he says, "Why were you so afraid?" And then in Luke chapter 12, Jesus gives this big, long sermon about anxiety and worry, and he says about all of those things that we might worry about, food and clothes and drink and all the things of life. He says, don't be afraid of God not meeting your needs. And then in Mark 5, we have this guy named Jairus who comes with one of the ultimate fears, and that's the fear that his daughter, who is sick, and she's dying, and he asks Jesus to help heal her. And so as they're walking to Jairus' house to heal his daughter, some messengers come and they say, hey, it's too late. She passed away. And there's no reason to bother Jesus anymore. And so Jesus looks Jairus in the face, and the first thing he says is, don't be afraid. Believe. Don't be afraid, believe. You know, fear often reveals our lack of trust. If you've ever experienced in the last few weeks, especially some fear and anxiety, I think most of us have, at some level, we've got to ask ourselves, what am I afraid of? Why am I so afraid? Is it the threat to your health? Is it your education or missing out on a sports season? Is it a fear of being lonely or bored? None of these are irrational fears. Those are all legitimate things that could impact our lives to a significant degree. And we have to find something that's bigger than our fears if we're going to overcome our fears. So if we're going to not let those fears take hold of us, we've got to find something that's bigger and that's better than the thing that we're actually scared of losing. And obviously for us who are followers of Jesus, Jesus is the one who's bigger than our fears. And so as your understanding of Jesus gets bigger and what he has accomplished on the cross for you becomes bigger, our fears tend to shrink and become smaller. It's not that our fears aren't real or that they just go away. It's that the gospel is better and God is bigger than any fear that you could have. So I hope that's encouraging you today. Let me just leave you with this. Later on, a few chapters later in the Psalms, in Psalm 56, the psalmist says this, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. More trust is going to lead us to more peace. And so when we're afraid this week, in the weeks to come, may we put our trust in Jesus, who is our refuge and our strength. Amen? All right. Emily Watkins, come on up. If you're at home, please clap for Emily in your living room. Emily's going to come up, and she's going to share with us a few tips. Go ahead and have a seat on the couch. Everybody can see you. Thanks for coming tonight. How's the first few days of the whole quarantine been at your house?
I've been sleeping a lot, and Caitlin's about to wash our walls. So
we're at the point where we're washing our walls. Okay, so we've really already exhausted a lot of things, and it's only like day 3 of, what do we got, like 5 more weeks?
Roughly.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. So all these people are at home. They are locked in their house. Sometimes they have siblings, older, younger siblings. We know that you all love your siblings, but sometimes a lot of time in close quarters can really be tough. So give us a few tips on like what would be some fun things that people could do while they're kind of spending this time in their house.
All right. So right off the bat, I saw this on TikTok. It's getting popular that kids are bringing back their old rainbow looms.
Oh, yeah.
So I have one right here. Like, they're really old. This was like popular when I was in middle school.
The trusty rainbow loom.
All these bracelets.
You're supposed to talk louder.
Oh, thanks, Greg. And I have all these bracelets. So if you're bored, look up some old tutorials, make yourself some cool bracelets, and then give me one.
Did you make all of those like recently, or these were like you pulled them out of like a storage?
I pulled them out of a storage thing.
Okay.
They were all in a box.
Nice. All right. So we got the bandaloom. Is that what that's called? Rainbow loom. Excuse me. I'm confusing my looms.
Okay. Next up, you could channel your inner Bob Ross and paint some happy trees.
Yes.
If you don't know who Bob Ross is, that is really sad. Go look him up on YouTube.
You definitely need to watch some Bob Ross.
Paint yourself a cool little picture.
You know what else is cool painting-wise? You know how people will paint rocks and then they hide them on the Oxbow Trail for people to find? That would be cool, yes.
Cool.
Paint us some rocks. Paint some youth group rocks for us.
Yes.
You can line them up here. Yeah, we can start collecting rocks. How cool is that?
Yes.
Okay? Next up.
You can learn to play an instrument.
Yes!
If you're me and you don't know how to play the ukulele, now is a great time to bust out the ukulele and play it.
Do you know any chords?
No. I tried to learn it once and it was rough.
Yeah. So you already had that musical instrument, but
I did.
Ukuleles are a pretty cool instrument, yeah. We'll sing a line.
A lot of people had to get a recorder in 5th grade.
That's true.
So go dig this out of your closet and play Hot Cross Buns.
Yes, and use some hand sanitizer.
Yeah, sanitize
just use some right now, just because anytime I see one of those things, they're just like rolling around in an old bin in our house, and like then a kid finds it and he just puts it in his mouth.
Or if it's my sister, you put it in your nose and play it that way.
Serious? In your nose?
Oh yeah, you like put it in your
so
nostril
like
and play it. Yeah.
Boogers in there, and then somebody comes and blows in it, and they could inhale a booger. Yeah. Okay.
100%.
All right. Well, Caitlin, don't do that. That's weird. All right. She's gonna love you for saying that online.
Always. Okay. Next up, you can watch Marvel movies because I googled this, and there's 50.25 hours worth of Marvel movies. So if you just watch them all in order, you got like 2 full days of just movies.
You can get through the rest of this week if you start tonight. Maybe.
Spread them out.
Yeah.
Don't sit in front of your TV all night.
Marvel movie marathon. I like it.
Yes. And then you can break a new world record. So a lot of people are hoarding toilet paper right now.
That's true.
That's facts. And there is a world record for the tallest toilet paper tower in 30 seconds. It is 28 rolls. So if you can beat that, please send a video to our youth group page so we can see your toilet paper creation.
28 rolls in 30 seconds. I feel like that's doable. We could get some ladders out and like have them ready. It's a team competition, right? Or is it just one person?
It's probably just one person.
I don't know.
I say go for it as a team. If you can beat the world record.
Just no more than 10 people.
Okay, yeah, that's true. No more than 10 people.
Keep it limited. Social
distancing.
That's
right. We're going to try to follow the law. Okay.
All right. Lastly, a lot of you have probably already been doing this. TikTok. But here's the thing. Instead of watching TikTok, make some. Be creative. And then please send them to me so I can watch them because I'm running out of things to do. But there's a lot of funny TikToks out there. You can learn the Renegade dance. You can learn Cannibal by Kesha. Or you can just make some funny videos about you falling off your bed.
I don't even know what those dances are, but I feel like I'm already excited. I want to we should have a TikTok dance off next week.
I will teach you the Renegade.
I'll learn it. Maybe that could be something that I could learn over the quarantine. Yeah. All right. We'll see. Thanks, Emily.
Yeah, thank you.
Please give Emily a hand from your living room. She can hear it through the airwaves. There we go. There we go. We're excited here. There's a few of us here going on. So, all right. Hey, so a couple quick announcements, and then we're going to kind of wrap up. But thanks for joining us tonight. We're figuring this stuff out, and so appreciate all the comments, critiques, even the criticisms. I will take those to heart. And as we jump in for the next few weeks, this is probably the format that we're going to have. So if you got game ideas, suggestions, would love to hear them. And we'll try to incorporate some of those in as we go. All right, so hey, it's 7:36. About 5 minutes ago, you should have received a message with a link to Zoom, to a Zoom meeting. In just a minute, I'm going to get off of YouTube Live, and we're going to go over to Zoom. Again, we're just going to hang out for a few minutes, kind of experiment with how that works. We'd love to maybe use some tool to keep us connected, have some discussion in the weeks to come, since this is kind of how we'll be meeting. So follow that link, and we'll jump into Zoom for just a few minutes after this. Also, Remind is really where we're going to send out all of our communication. We'll do a few things on Instagram and Facebook, but Facebook's really for old people like us, or boomers, as my son likes to call me. So we will try to communicate as much as we can through text message, through Remind. So if you are not yet on Remind, to join the middle school group, you're going to text at NHCCMS, New Hope Community Church Middle School. That's what it stands for, okay? To the Remind number, which is 81010, and that'll join you to our Remind list. You'll get all the details for that. And that's important because we're going to be sending out some YouVersion devotionals. So many of you guys have the YouVersion app, but if you haven't downloaded it yet, go ahead and download it, and then we will send you a link in the next few days to some great devotionals so that you can stay on track. I know you guys have time. That's our biggest complaint about not spending time with God, is that we're just too busy, and now we're not. So we have time, and we'd love to have you connect with some devotionals. And then lastly, if your small group is not already connected through like a text message thread, I would love to get you connected with those people. So send me a message, a direct message, either through Remind or email or whatever way you can get a hold of me. And let me know which phone number you want me to add for you. And I will start assembling some groups, especially middle schoolers. Some of you guys who don't have phones, if you want to give us your mom or dad's phone or somebody that's there during the day, then you can still participate in some of those text threads and conversations. Would love to get you connected through that. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out tonight. Super fun just to be there. I haven't been able to read all the comments yet, but love hearing what some of you guys wrote down. I'll read through all those at the end again. And then let's see, we got Cozy's getting Dutch Brothers, and who won the cookies?
Yeah.
Who was it? Oh, the Barons. Yeah, Brooke Barons. So I'll connect with you guys, and we'll drop you off. I'll sanitize some food and drop it off to you this week. Congrats. So we'll do some other giveaways and surprises in the weeks to come, but plan on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m., YouTube Live right here. That's the plan as of now. So stay safe, stay sanitized. It's my third time now. And stay 6 feet away from people, and we will see you when we see you. All right, I'll see you over in Zoom.